your career as in Test cricket and one-day cricket, you've seen an awful lot of highs, an awful lot of lows. What's the last few weeks been like in terms of you and what you've been through?
It's been frustrating. There's no doubt about that. Been frustrating that a team that has the quality that we have has underperformed as much as it has. Individually, it's been frustrating that I've not offered what I expect of myself and the standards that I hold. And the next 3 games is an opportunity to try and get back to that for both myself personally and for the group. You mentioned I've been around for a long time, and I've experienced a lot of things where things have not gone to plan. But this doesn't remind me of any previous experiences. It's been very unique in many ways. So, I can't really look at those and think, well, this is, here we go again. It's very much a unique set of circumstances, but we've got to focus on the next 3 games. Couldn't ask for a better motivator than what's right ahead of us, and throw everything into that game. I think we're all good professionals that understand where we are, that are hurting, and to play against Australia, I think is, in many ways, it's a great time for us for it to come for us, to go and put in a big performance and try and put a little bit of pride back into what we're about as a team, to get back to the standards we expect of ourselves and as a group. So 2 big days of getting ready for that, both mentally and physically, and then putting 100 overs of good cricket together. I think we have played some good stuff in this tournament. We've just not done it for long periods of time, which is what you have to do. And that's almost been more frustrating, is that previously in other World Cups that I played in, we've played our best stuff and we've just not been good enough team, not been good enough players to compete with others. That is certainly not the case with this group. There's a huge amount of talent there, and we know if we put that performance together that a lot of teams will struggle to keep up with us. So Saturday's an opportunity for us to do just that and get back to what we expect of ourselves and what everyone else expects of us too.
We've spoken to a few players, and actually what's unified them is not really understanding what's been going wrong. I mean, is that how you'd feel the same?
Yeah, no, I don't think we need to look at that and what's happened before. Now's the time to look at what's next. I think immediately next, and that's beating Australia. As I say, there's no better motivator for any group of English players than to play against the Aussies. So it's about putting that performance together. Like I say, it's just let's concentrate on that. Let's work hard at being as ready for that as we can do.
And it's in Australia, actually, there's got a few troubles, actually. We've heard about the Glenn Maxwell instant golf buggy. We know what golf can sometimes cause. And then this morning, news about Mitchell Marsh, which had to go home for personal reasons. Australia have got some issues, not just England at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's, I don't know the circumstances or the situations that have led to those, but I hope everything's all right in anything that's happened off the field. In terms of what we can do about it, is just play what's right in front of us and make sure that we're playing our best stuff, and get back to doing that as quickly as we can. So whatever Australian team is put up against us, they'll be full of good players. They always are, and we've got to make sure that we're better than them.
Because it is, in terms of what England can achieve, you've got Champions Trophy place up for grabs, but also you've got a chance to, you don't want to hurt Australia, but let's face it, by beating them and making semi-final qualifications more difficult for them, it's another fillip for England, isn't it?
Yeah, whenever you play for England, there's always things to play for. You're playing for your country. There's a huge motivator, and it's an extreme privilege to get that opportunity. Every game means a huge amount to this group of players. They're all desperate to do well, and understand the responsibility that comes with the opportunities. And this is no different. The situation we find ourselves in, we might not be able to go and win the tournament, but we're desperate to win every game we play, and we'll do everything we can to get that right and turn that round, and get back to where we expect to be.
David Willey's announced his retirement from international cricket. What would you say about him and in tribute to what he's achieved for England?
I think Dave's had a real stellar international career. To do what he's done, he's obviously had some highs and lows, as do most players, but he's been the true professional, both on and off the field, a great team man, great to be around and to have around the group, adds a huge amount. around the place as he does on the field. An all-round player that offers in all three facets. Has stood up in some really big games, put in some huge performances, and has been probably one of our better players throughout this campaign as well. He's gonna. I'm sure as I've mentioned, it might be our loss, but it's someone else's gain. Some more family time. I know how much that means to him, and I know how proud they all are of him. And I'm sure he'll be entertaining the world for a long time yet. It might not be on the international stage, but around the world we'll see a lot more of him. And I wish him every success because he's a good role model for a lot of young players that coming through, and every team needs someone like that. And he's done great for England over the years.
Is the timing slightly unfortunate happening before the end of the tournament?
I don't think there's, when someone knows it's their time, then that's their decision, and that should be completely up to them. So, fair play. He's made that call, and it won't be a distraction for us at all. I think, if anything, be another motivator is to win those last 3 games for him, and send him out of international cricket with some good cricket behind, in his memory bank.
And just talking about unfortunate timing, obviously the central contract came out during the tournament, and he was one of those, the only player actually in the squad who didn't have one. Was that unfortunate as well, do you think?
I don't think I can only speak from my own personal perspective. When it comes to the contracts, I don't think that has had any relation or effect on how we've gone about our business. I think that would be an excuse. Looking at his performances, I don't think that they've been a distraction for him, have they? So, look, the fact of the matter is we've massively underperformed. We're far better than what we've achieved in this tournament today, and we've got 3 opportunities to show the world what we're capable of doing and know that we're capable of doing. So let's concentrate on that and get back to what we expect of ourselves.